Salute to our Blorange Tears fan. What's good? Hopefully my boy Cully slides through. But this is Subliminal 209. I'm gonna hold it down. Meanwhile, I would like to welcome you to the new Blorange Tears show, Knicks After Party. We will be live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, supposedly at 11 p.m. But we're a little behind schedule today. That's all right. We here. So I'd like to thank everybody who's joining us in the chat, and for those who will watch the replay tomorrow. Don't forget to support your boys by smashing that like button and subscribing. You can also become a member by going to the Blorange Tears YouTube main page and pressing that join button. It gives you special perks such as priority in the chat, special emojis, videos that others do not get. All right, so for me personally, I'm one who can admit when they're wrong. As far as Kemba and Fournier, I wanted them gone. Kemba started on Saturday against the Celtics. He had 29 points, 8 for 20 field goals, 5 for 11 3-pointers, and he went 8 for 10 at free throws, charity stripe. And today he had 21 points, 8 boards, and 5 assists. Now, Evan, as well, has been playing well as of lately. He had 23 points against Houston. He went 8 for 12. He went 3 for 6 3-pointers, and he had 3 assists. And against Boston, he had 32 points, 13 for 24, and 4 for 10 3-pointers, and 3 assists. And tonight he didn't do bad either. He had 22 points and 9 out of 24 field goals. So like I said, I'm one who admit when they're wrong. And I still feel the same way though, Get rid of them while their trade value is high. Like, I do not want them around. Let's keep it pushing. Right now, to me it's fool's gold. Because Kemba had went against second unit, Pritchard. That was guarding a slower guard. Not a starter. He was playing against one of his former teams, the Celtics. He kind of knows those guys. He's been on the same team with them. He knows their flaws. How he could get his points and how he can manipulate the defense. So to me, like I said, that was fool's gold. And then once again, today he went up against the worst team in the NBA, who got the number 1 pick last year in Cade Cunningham. So not only him, Evan too. They're going against second unit guys, and I'm just not buying it. I still want them gone. So I want to go ahead and bring out the starting unit today. We had Kemba. We had Burks as the shooting guard. We ran with Evan, Jules, and Noel. And then the starting unit on Detroit's team was Corey Joseph, Diallo, Cade, Sadiq Bey, and Isaiah Stewart. That's who they were guarding. But then on the flip side, Kemba and Joseph, they pretty much just guarded each other. But then on the flip side, Diallo was guarding Evan, and then Cade was guarding Burks, and then Sadiq Bey was guarding Noel, and then Stewart was guarding Jules. So they kind of flipped and flopped it on who guarded who. So we knew with the protocol that we still had no RJ, we still had no Obi, we still had no IQ, we still had no Deuce, no Grimes, no Knox, no Rose, and no Clyde Frazier. So we knew that Kemba was going to get minutes. We knew that it was going to be top heavy with a slow and a low rotation. It wasn't going to be those guys that they just signed. Well, we did see a low sighting of Dotson, but I'll get back to that later on. So yeah, from the jump, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of what we expected. We went up against the worst team, and we were shorthanded, and they really don't have any superstars. So they have a young team. So from the jump, Jules went off to got a good start. Went baseline on fadeaway on Stewart. I was very happy with how everybody started the game. I mean, there was a lot of movement, a lot of screens, a lot of sharing and caring. Um, and they were very active on the defensive end as well. You know what I'm saying? It was like watching a different team from what we've seen prior to the protocol, when we were going through these losing streaks. So I'm glad they came out with a lot more up tempo, a lot more fire and desire, and it was just a much needed win. I mean, who knows what the papers would have said, or if we would have had lost against Detroit. So I mean, from the jump, it was a good start for the game. I mean, Kemba drives and passes to Noel, and typical Noel, he fumbles the ball and loses the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then the next, the same play, he loses it, passes it to somebody, and then he gets fouled in midair and kind of salves it, throws his body, flings his body around, and just catches the referee's attention. And I think it was on Corey Joseph, a smaller guy that was guarding Kemba, and he's laughing it off. He's like, "Come on, man, I didn't push Noel like that and make him fly." But I mean, he sold it, and then Noel gets the inbound pass and takes two dribbles and gets a pass to a cutting Randall. So I'm like, all right, you know, Randall's moving around and he's not just standing in one spot. He's cutting to the basket, and he did that a lot this game. He just wasn't settling for 3-pointers, and he was doing a lot of cutting to the basket. A lot of points in the paint were in this game tonight because Detroit really didn't have any rim defenders. You know what I'm saying? With the Sadiq Bey and the Isaiah Stewart, they're more smaller. They're not your typical 7-footers. They're strong. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying, but yeah, they're not centers. They played more of a small ball game today. So yeah, they're very active on that. And then like I said, he gets in the passing lane. This is like back to back plays. He gets in the passing lane and he gets a steal and dribbles up the court and dribbles to the corner and tries to dish it off to Burks. And Burks misses a little easy layup, so he didn't get that assist. But I was just surprised, how active everybody was in the beginning, and even Noel's just bringing the ball, getting a steal, being in the passing lane. I was like, what? Look at Noel's out there looking like a point center. No, not really, but I mean, he was out there doing his thing. So at that point, it was 9-9 with 6 minutes and 33 seconds into the game, and we just do a lot of dribble penetration. So Burks drives and kicks Kemba for the three. We have a nice little change up with Kemba at the point guard, and Evan is the shooting guard. Jules, and then he goes with the Jules at the three, and then we got old man Taj in there at the 4, and Noel's at the 5, and Noel's just stays active. You know what I'm saying? Like Stewart tries to drive in the paint, and Noel's blocks him on the fast break. You know what I'm saying? He blocks him at the rim. So at that point, we're at Detroit gets to lead 14-9 with 4:24, and then we see another substitution, and Mitch gets into the game. So same thing, nice dribble penetration. Kemba drives and hits Taj for the corner 3. So I'm like, oh, let's go Taj. You know what I'm saying? We keep hearing about these bigs practicing threes and shooting threes, and sure enough, Taj hits that corner three. So, we're scoring, we're moving. Jules gets a nice little post up on fade and the mismatch down in the low post, and he hits it. We're tied at 14-14 with 3 minutes in the paint, 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the quarter. We get another substitution. We get Burks, Evan, Jules, Taj, and Mitch. So Burks subs for Cameron. He's running the point. And just ball movements going. Guys are switching on defense. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but then we got to remember this is up against the worst team in the league, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. And I'm like, all right, I'm not too worried about it at this point. And then with a minute and 45 seconds left, we see Damian Dotson get substituted in. Excuse me. And he's on a 10-day contract with the Knicks right now because as many players as we don't have on the team, the NBA allowed players to be signed or 10-day contracts. So he's one that's been with us, free Dot, and still had the same number on. Still had 21. So, I mean, he was always known as a pretty solid defensive player. But I mean, in a minute and 45 seconds, there's really not much you can do. You're trying to just get a feel for the game, not trying to step on toes. And, so he was out there playing the solid D as usual. And, so, Jules gets doubled and he actually kicks it out. He didn't throw the ball away. He didn't lose the ball off his foot, and he hits Taj in the corner for the three, but Taj missed that one. So I was like, it's all right. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? We didn't expect Taj to go out there and just light it up beyond the arc. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But like I said, Burks was out there running the point. At that point, towards the end of the quarter, and he all his dribble penetration. You know what I'm saying? He got to the charity stripe, 4 times and made 4 of his free throws. So I want to go ahead and salute some cats in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here rocking Solo Dolo. So Juju 92, salute. Yeah, it was a great win. It was a much needed win. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Look at the competition we went up against, but I'll take a dub anytime. You know what I'm saying? Is that King Ribby RM? Salute. Machiavelli Wealthy, salute. Canal Banloya, salute. What it do, my G's? I appreciate the support. So talking about getting past the first quarter. Now we're on to the second quarter. Kept the same lineup. At this time, it's Knicks 24, Detroit 17, and Burks is still running the point. Dot's still in there. Then Wayne Selden, Wayne Selden's in there too. He's and Mitch and Taj. So Burks is still doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Dribble penetration, going off the glass. You know what I'm saying? Getting his points like that, and the Knicks defense caused a shot clock violation. So, like I said, with Dotson out there, Mitch out there, and Taj out there, you know what I'm saying they're clogging up that paint. Detroit's not really a 3-point shooting team. You know what I'm saying? They got the majority of their points trying to get into the paint. So that was one of the things we tried to do was clog that paint up. At one point we ran 3 bigs out there. We were running a Mitch, Taj, and Randall trio to clog up the paint so they can't score. So Detroit tried to flip it on us at that point and try to run a little bit of zone, you know what I'm saying, and try to do the same thing, you know what I'm saying. try to stop us from penetrating to the cup and getting those easy 2 points. So so we weren't really hitting on the trays at that time, but we were getting that penetration anytime we wanted, and kickouts, but we just weren't knocking them down. So we had another lineup with Kemba, Dot, Burks, Taj, and Mitch at the 10-minute mark. And yeah, who you talking about? Canal? He still had like 6 turnovers. Is that Randall? Yeah, Randall had a lot of turnovers. If that's what you're talking about, he's that point forward. And I'll get to that. You know what I'm saying, where he's still bringing the ball down, even if Kemba's out there. But like I said, that there was a lot of movement, a lot of screens, a lot of pick and rolls. They were willing to pass the ball. They were willing to not do so much ISO. So like I said, at that point, we had Kemba, like I said, Kemba, Dot, Burks, Taj, and Mitch, and then Lee rips Kemba and gets a fast break layup. Then Kemba tries to get a little bit of retaliation at him and just shakes and bakes, and gives Mitch a nice little oop. They had a nice little 1-2 punch with Mitch and Kemba. And I got my Mitch Please shirt on today because to me, Mitch gets the game ball. You know what I'm saying? Like I said though before, there wasn't a rim protector as far as Detroit. They played a lot of small ball, and so Mitch was able to eat all night long. You know what I'm saying? He was taking everybody's lunch money that was in the paint. So we were happy to finally see Mitch out there, and he always gives effort. You know what I'm saying? Mitch is always going to give you 110%, regardless. You know what I'm saying? And today was one of his better games. He had a nice little rebound and kind of almost looked like a hook shot, but then he kind of turned his body a little bit, and I kind of had it rewind. I was like, was that a little baby hook shot? And I was like, nah, he squared up his shoulders the last minute to kind of at that release point. So yeah, I wasn't going to call that a hook shot, but yeah, he was very active, and he was looking for his oops after he was rolling to that nice little 1-2 punch with him and Mitch looked really nice. What it do, Cully?
Yo.
Yeah, so I'm on the Mitch and Kemba pick and roll. Nice little duo they had tonight. Little 1-2 punch, they had. And he said it at the end of the game too. He was like, "Yeah, man, I like Kemba," and I'm like, "Yeah, of course," because he was feeding you the whole night. You know what I'm saying? He was actually point guard was actually looking for the big man rolling to the basket. You know what I'm saying? So if we had a competent point guard that could do that, Mitchell looked a lot more like he did tonight.
In defense of Kemba, he was out for a minute.
What's that?
I said in defense of Kemba, he was out for a hot minute, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught what I said earlier though, but I'm still on the get rid of Kemba train though.
For who?
Somebody that could run the offense. I don't have any names.
I was expecting you to,
off the top of my head though, but
yeah, I was expecting you to have a name ready. If you want
nah. I'm not the GM, and I don't have the trade machines going on, and we just need. I
just want to know your opinion so I can debate with you.
No, I hear you. No, I just want a big point guard that can play defense. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a point guard that can play defense, because, like I said, he's going up against second unit Pritchard. You know what I'm saying, for the Celtics, and I mentioned that earlier that he played on the Celtics, so he kind of knows his game already. Pritchard is a slower guard. He's not a starting point guard. It would have been a different story if he would have went up against Dennis Schroeder that day. You know what I'm saying? And then today he didn't even go against Cade Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? Because of the size. Cade's 6'7", and he matched up better with the slower Evan Fournier. So, he went toe to toe against Corey Joseph, but I mean, who's Corey Joseph? He's not. You know what I'm saying? He's not a starting point guard either. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to take it with a grain of salt.
I mean, also too, think about it. If the Warriors played the Pistons, would you put Curry on Cunningham?
Oh, we know Curry's not a defender. You know what I'm saying? Like Curry's like just
I was just
like Dame Dollar, but we don't have that luxury though. We don't have the luxury to hide Kimba. You know what I'm saying? Like we got Fournier out there, and we got Jules that sometimes wants to play defense and sometimes doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And the only guy that comes out and plays defense every game is Mitchell Robinson and a Nerlens Noel. And do we really want those guys out there on the perimeter? You know what I'm saying? Getting ate up out there. So and look at Detroit's 3-point percentage today. Um, they're at halftime they were 3 for 17 at 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have to worry about defending the perimeter this game. You know what I'm saying? They're eating in the paint. So
right.
So we know that Kemba's the first line of defense going up against the point guard. But if the point guards are penetrating and kicking out, who are they kicking out to? I'm saying whoever it was, the rest of the team was, like I said, was 3 for 17 at halftime. So that was one of the things that we didn't have to worry about. So like I said, you gotta look at who they're going up against. So I'm willing to just it's fool's gold. It was a fool's gold last couple games, and like I said, let's get rid of them while the value's high, and let's go get ourselves this tall point guard that can play defense and who's a competent floor general. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who sees guys cutting, someone who can do the pick and roll. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like that man from San Antonio.
Oh, DeJounte Murray.
Yeah,
I'll take him. A 6'4" point guard.
Only thing is, are we gonna let him be a point guard, or we still want to run through?
I don't know, because Julius still brought the ball up tonight, you know what I'm saying, and had a bunch of turnovers. So it doesn't even matter if Kemba was out there. Julius was doing the same thing. He brought the ball up, and I don't know why he passed it to Fournier so close, but Fournier wasn't even ready. And then there goes the turnover on a fast break. And the very next play, he brought the ball up again. I'm like, what? I would, as the point guard, running the point, I would have ran down there and went to go inbound the ball instead of Julius. You know what I'm saying? Like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So, yeah, he didn't have one of his great games as far as bringing the ball up, but that's a point guard thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna let someone else bring the ball up, then he already took that dominance alpha role from you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to speak up for yourself as being the floor general and bring the ball up. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Though it was what it was. It was a good, overall everybody did good. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, at halftime, at halftime we were up 48-37. Our field goal percentage was 32 to their 36. And then we got to the line a lot, you know what I'm saying, with the dribble penetration. You know what I'm saying? We got to the charity stripe 11 times, made 7 out of 11, and they only went 4 times, and they made 2 out of 4. But then we got some bench production with 15 points, and we were pretty even on the boards, you know what I'm saying, with our 25 to their 27. So until Mitch came alive at the end and just started dominating as far as grabbing boards and whatnot. But what were you more impressed with the game tonight?
I mean, it's against the Pistons. I'm not taking the credit away, but it was against the Pistons. I was just happy to see. I'm a little biased because I like Kimba. I know we're not getting like Charlotte Kimba, but I just like seeing the game ran more so from a guards. I just like seeing the game, our offense being ran more so from a guard. So I'm okay with it being ran from him. At sometimes I'm okay with seeing him attack, getting aggressive. Like I said, it was against the Pistons. They were pretty sloppy too. So, they gave us the game and we took it, which we should have. Instead of opposed to like when we play good teams and they give us the game and we lose. I mean, I'll take it. We gotta get up. We gotta find ourselves. All the young guys is out. I don't really care for veterans as a Knicks fan because I've been in this movie before. I done seen times where we had veterans and a lot of the veterans, they don't get it done. A lot of the veterans usually are journeymen. They're usually journeymen who can't get it done, and they get put in front of the youngins, and then the youngins get shipped out, and we think we're making a move, and we're not. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm sorry. What was I most impressed with? I liked Kemba. Mitch had another good game, which was cool. He said he likes playing with Kemba, which is cool. I didn't really see nothing that really stood out. It was kind of hard to see against this team. It was cool to see Dotson play tonight. It's cool to see him get some run. Who did I see? Noel get some blocks. I saw him get some good blocks. I'll give him that. I'll tell you one thing I don't want to see. I don't want to see Burks running the point no more. But, as long as Kim is back, I don't need to see him at point. I'd rather see him at the 2, his natural position. But, that's pretty much it, yo. I mean, we didn't really have the youngins. I saw vets against a younger team, a game that we should have won. I didn't really see nothing that really stood out. I'm just impressed with the win, a win that we should have got. So, it's just all I can say is, the takeaway from it, the game just looks better ran through a guard. It looks better ran through pick and roll. Like I said, Kimba was very aggressive. And me personally, I would play him until he's hurt. Play him until he.
Oh, my boy's caught up in the matrix right now. When he gets back, I'm gonna let him finish his thought though. But I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the third quarter, which is usually our third quarter woes. You know what I'm saying? We had Kemba, Burks, Evan, Jules, and then Mitch started in the third quarter. Noels was the one that started in the game, but they threw in Mitch to start the second half, and the game starts off with Evan on a pull up on a long 2. Then Kemba drives and misses, and then Mitch cleans up the glass. So right off the jump, Mitch is being active. That's probably what Tibbs saw. He liked his production in the first half, so he went ahead and kept him in there to start the second half. Then Evan gets a steal and gets blocked, but then Jules gets the board and gets fouled. And at that point, Jules has 14 points and 6 boards in the beginning of that third. And then Mitch gets a block. Evan drives and kicks it to Kemba for a 3. Then Mitch is still being active. He's out there grabbing boards. I mean, there's really no big center out there to box him out, to box him out. So he's eating off the glass. And Jules hits Evan for a corner 3. And the Knicks are on an 11-0 run. With 2 minutes barely ran into the third quarter. So it was nice to see us get off to a good start in the third quarter, because usually we're lackadaisical, as Clyde would say. Shout out to Clyde. They say he's doing better now, and hopefully we get him back soon. And at that point, it was 59-37. Kemba takes one of his charges, and he's always good for that. He's always good for a charge a game. And he's back in the pick and roll with Mitch and gets the oop. So we're very active. You know what I'm saying? Kemba's being active. Mitch is being active. The whole starting unit in the third quarter is being active. And then Kemba hits another 3 from an offensive board from Taj. He gets an offensive board under the glass. He just kicks it out to Kemba on the top of the key for 3. And then we see another lineup. We get Kemba in there, Evan in there. This is a three big man lineup with Jules, Taj, and Noel. And Jules isn't settling for threes. He pulls up a little mini. We go up on a 70-53 with 4 minutes 11 seconds in the clock, and Evan hits a nice little step back three. At this point, Evan has 19 points. He's 8 for 17, and there's 122 left in the third quarter. And Taj gets a pass in the kind of in no man's land between the post and the 3-point line, and he takes one bounce, gets a one hand yam. I'm like, look at Taj turning back the hands of time. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Mitch, you ain't gonna have all the fun. You know what I'm saying? Let me go out there and get some of these yams too. So that was cool. At that point, Taj had 9 points and 4 boards though. So we're getting some production from our centers for once. It's all season we haven't been getting any offensive points from our centers, and Taj is eating, Mitch is eating, and it was just an overall good game. So this is the beginning of the fourth quarter now, and we're up 80-69 at this point. We have Kemba, Burks, Soudon's back in the game. We have Taj and Noel. And then Soudon hits a three, a step back three, and they said it's his first field goal in 3 years. But they later on mentioned that he played in Israel and then he played in the G League in the last 2 years. So there's a little more content than they had mentioned at first with his first field goal. I was like, oh, that's his first field goal in the NBA in 3 years. I was like, that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he doing on our team? But I mean, he was in the G League, so he wasn't really in the league in Israel. So I was like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then at that point, it's 86-81, and Mitch goes back in the game and gets a little two hand yam, and we needed it at that point because we were going through a little bit of a drought. You know what I'm saying? From that 4-minute mark, it was almost 4 minutes. It was like 3.5, and we had started the fourth quarter with 80 points, and then we only had 6 points, and Pistons were going on a run because they had 60. They started the fourth with 69 points, and at that point, they had 81 points. You know what I'm saying? Because they were just being very active. This is the time where Julius is losing the ball, and we just can't buy a bucket. So I was eyeing him in the front. I was getting a little nervous, and I'm like, oh man, are you serious? You're gonna lose to the Pistons? You know what I'm saying? And then Mitch just got active and started getting these putbacks, and Evan hits a three off of Jules' screen. So I'm like, all right, that went from 88 to 91, and then Mitch gets a putback layup. I'm like, cool. And at that point, Mitch had 17 points and 11 boards. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, we're getting points off people's misses because Mitch is down there just eating. So I was just happy to see that. And not only that, though, Mitch had turned back the hands of time, though, because back in the day, you know what I'm saying, Mitch used to go out there and block threes, you know what I'm saying, when he used to be out on the island guarding those James Hardens, you know what I'm saying, and they used to try to shake and bake Mitch, you know what I'm saying, they didn't know, you know what I'm saying, how athletic and you know what I'm saying, how fast his closeout speed was. So Lee wasn't aware of that either, and he blocked Lee at the three. So I was like, there you go, there goes Mitch. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, and he wasn't the only one that got blocked. You know what I'm saying? He blocked Cade right after that. You know what I'm saying? And caused the shot lock violation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, the blockness monster is out. So like I said, that's why I got the Mitch shirt on tonight, because Yeah, he deserved it. You know what I'm saying? He was out there doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Playing, being that defensive anchor that we know he could be, and staying out of foul trouble too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew when it was time to go up there and block somebody, and then he had scared Lee at the end of the game too, because he had drove. Lee had tried to drive on Mitch, and Mitch put his hands up, and he just kind of just let go of the ball, and the ball went out of bounds. So we know that Mitch. Um, people are aware of him and his athleticism, that they don't even want to go into the paint. You know what I mean? They'll challenge Noel's because he's a lot thinner and less intimidating. You know what I'm saying? But with the weight that Mitch had gained, and now he's able to box bigs out and hold his own, and even though he lost a little bit of his athleticism, um, there wasn't really athletic people on the Detroit Pistons team. You know what I'm saying? They're more strong, and what I'm saying, and there wasn't any high flyers, and there wasn't any 7-footers out there, so he was kind of able to do what he wanted. You know what I'm saying, out there. I would like to see Mitch, you know what I'm saying, do that against other teams, other centers. I'm not really sure who we play against next, but I know we have a game on Thursday. Oh, against the Wizards. So that he'd be going up against a Gafford, you know what I'm saying? So Gafford's more athletic, and he's more of a, rim protection and rim and blocker too, you know what I'm saying? He could block some shots, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what Mitch does up against him, you know what I'm saying? Um, IQJ says, so remember, Kemba was the problem, and I don't know if you caught that in the beginning though, but I'm still sticking with that. You know what I'm saying? Look who Kemba went up against. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still willing to trade Kemba and Fournier. This is sell them while their value's high. So yeah, I'm not changing my mind on what I said before. Um, these are, both of our teams are shortened players as far as protocol. I mean, we have a laundry list of guys who haven't, who we were unable to play, and they had some guys as well. A Grant, and other guys that they could have played as well. But yeah, let's see how Kemba is on a pick and roll, and how slow he is in pursuit mode when the opponent gets past him. You know what I'm saying? And switching on defenders, because when he's defending point guards, because like I said, the Pistons were in a very good 3-point shooting team. They at halftime they made 3 out of 17. And I'm going to look up what they had at the end of the game right now. At the end of the game, they were 8 for 33, so they were 24.2% at 3-pointers. So they weren't even a threat. We have our problem with Kemba was he's a horrible perimeter defender. You know what I'm saying, and they just weren't any good out there. So he didn't have that issue, and they didn't have a point guard who was going to break down, the defense. Well, they do have a point guard, Kate Cunningham, but Kemba wasn't guarding him. You know what I'm saying? He was guarding Corey Joseph, so he was kind of being hidden tonight. So yeah, you got it. I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt, and they're playing against the Wizards, so he would go against Spencer Dinwiddie, and yeah, who's the good guard? He's going to guard either Spencer Dinwiddie or Bradley Beal. Yeah, I mean, if the other guys aren't able to return, maybe Derrick Rose comes back with the ankle injury. But yeah, I'm curious to see what happens if nobody else comes back. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's already set in stone with that. He's not going to have a great game in the pick and roll with those guys. He's a liability on defense. You can't switch him on. Yeah, you can't switch him on other guards, whether it's a point guard or a shooting guard. But yeah, Kemba is a top three in charges, and I know that as well. You know what I'm saying? That he's good for taking a charge whenever he's in the game. And that's kind of what worried me in the beginning of the season. And in the preseason, he was doing it too. And I was like, why is Kemba taking charges during preseason? This was when I was for Kemba because it was the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? But as time went on, I'm like, this dude cannot defend nothing. But yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm still with let's trade Kemba. Um, let's just trade some players. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure which direction the Knicks are going as far as are they bringing in vets to surround Randall or you know what I'm saying are they making minimal trades or do they make trades at all? I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling a certain way too. What the way what I heard in media with Kemba, you know what I'm saying that he wants to play, regardless of he didn't say he wanted to play with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if he wants to play, and I don't think he's gonna get a chance when we get our full roster. You know what I'm saying back. So let him keep playing good. And right now, I would hurry up and trade him before he has a bad game against the Wizards because I just don't see that ending up in his favor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Is anybody else on the let Kemba play or trade Kemba? So IQJ says, and salute to you, IQJ. Randall is 27. I would make sure he gets good value for him while it's high. Obviously, we have seen enough from Randall. Yeah, he's playing some of the worst basketball though. But yeah, I just feel like it's a lot of pressure on Randall right now. You know what I'm saying? And we know that Randall doesn't do very well with pressure. He's not a number one on a championship team, but I do believe that he could be value to us if we do bring in some help. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he made an All Star team. When's the last time we had an All Star player? Um, Kristaps Porzingis. That was during his second year, or when he won the skills challenge. I mean, if you count that. But look, he didn't even want to be with us. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of a blessing in disguise to get rid of an injury prone player for a player that hardly ever gets injured. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about Randall is he really never gets hurt. You know what I'm saying? He plays most of the majority of the season, and when he has I think he had like a quad injury last year, and he missed maybe one game and came back and played through it. I mean, there's not too many guys that, you know what I'm saying, at that size, that power forward, you know what I'm saying, that play the full 82 games or close to it, you know what I'm saying, and Randall's you know, ability to be on the floor is something that just can't be taken for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a 3 level scorer. He gets into the paint. You know what I'm saying? He can pretty much take anybody off the bounce and get to the cup anytime he wants. You know what I'm saying? So I feel if we could just get him a little bit more help, you know what I'm saying, and get rid of a Kemba and a Fournier, and I mentioned it before, bringing a stretch five. We have these glaring holes as far as point guard, small forward, and center. And if we could just get a starting, starting with one of those positions and solidify one of those positions and get him some help. We could kind of see what he does. We could kind of see what Tibbs does with a team that he wants. We all know he didn't want Kemba. Kemba was a last minute decision from the front office. So these are things that I'm hoping that gets made. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that these moves get made. Yeah, but he says second. Who's that? Kaiser Soze 718 salute. He says second team All Stars and all that though. But I mean, so there's the guy from the Pacers. You know what I'm saying that is on the trading block that didn't make the All Star. That was almost going to take a Randall spot. What's his name? The guy from the Pacers. This is the power forward.
Sabonis.
Yeah, Sabonis. Yeah, I mean, he's
Man,
borderline.
you sound mighty sad for your team to be coming off a W, bro. What's going on with you?
I'm just rocking solo bolo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You sound mighty sad, bro. What's going on?
It's just fool's gold, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, we're playing against the worst team with none of our players. No, the Pistons have no rim protector, no real point guard. I mean, not point guard, but no, you know what I'm saying? Like, no threats, no 3-point shooting. Like, and we almost lost the game at one point. You know what I'm saying? They were on a run, and it was 86-81. I'm like, what are you guys doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was a little nervous at that point. I ain't gonna even go front. So, yeah, don't act like, you know, saying it was an easy win. We should have blew this team out the water easy by 30.
But we had missing players too.
Yeah, but if you look at it, this was our starting unit from the beginning of the season. Kemba,
RJ wasn't there.
Okay, I mean RJ. Okay, well, one player though. They didn't have Grant though either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we had Mitch game one.
Did we? I know we didn't have Mitch.
Mitch was hurt.
We had Sims, no? I don't know.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought Mitch was hurt.
Yeah. I'm not sure though. But I'm just saying though, like,
he wasn't there for a minute.
This is fool's gold to me. You know what I'm saying? This is fool's gold. Well, like I said, let's see what happens on Thursday against the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? And see what Kemba does against them.
I think Wizards are doing trash now too, right? I think they lost like a few of their games in a row. If I'm not mistaken. So we got to catch these bad teams. We got to catch these trash teams, man, throughout the week. You got to catch the Wizards and then going into Christmas.
But Dinwiddie don't like the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? Or else he would have.
Well, we don't like Dinwiddie either.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like everybody's gonna show up to play against the Knicks. Is it a home game or is it an away game?
Which game?
I think it's home.
On Thursday?
Yeah.
See, so they're gonna want to show up and show out at the Garden. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's home.
So that's all I'm saying. Let's go up against some better competition, and then we'll know where we're at from there. But I'm still ready to get rid of Kemba and Fournier. Fournier's still too slow. The only reason why he did good against Cade Cunningham because he's not fast either. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to hold his own against Cade. So let's get rid of these guys while their value's high. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I just think Detroit was missing shots, man. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Detroit was missing shots, and it wore on their defense, man. But you know how it goes.
No, they just a trash team, man. They real sloppy, man.
So y'all not gonna give Randall credit for his defense?
What defense? Touche. Missing, man. They missed. That's a game we should have won.
Man, so ain't nobody giving Randall credit for his defense.
Only defense I saw out there was blocks, and that's guys getting their shot blocked, which they should have.
By Mitch
and Noel. I think I saw Noel. That's it. Guys was getting cooked. I mean, on buckets, but I give we was better than them because we are a better team than them, and that's just a game we should have won. That's all.
Bro, come on, give Randall some love. Stop being a hater, Cully. Cully, show Randall some love, man.
Randall had how many turnovers? 5?
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, 5 turnovers. We froze.
Man, come on, dog.
I think he had 6. I think he had 6.
And he missed like
Come
5.
on, dog. Don't do your mans like that, bro.
I will say one thing, Freezy. Y'all can hear me? Okay, we ain't freeze yet.
Yeah.
I will say Randall is so much better when he shoots within the 3. Kind of like how RJ was last year. When Randall shoots within the 3, when he's the closer to the basket, the deadlier he is. He has to stay close to the basket as possible.
That's what I'm saying, though. He could take anybody to the cup anytime he wants. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's barbecue chicken, you know what I'm saying, to Randall. So
Randall got when he catches that ball, like anywhere around the free throw line, as soon as he attacks or if he shoots it, it's good. As far as being outside, I do not trust him, man. Leave that for
the bro. Y'all sound like Cully. You sound like you from Queens, bro. Don't do that.
Bro, I am
Cully, don't do that, man.
Come on, Freezy. Freezy, come on, man. Be objective tonight.
Come
Freezy,
on, bro.
Holiday season. Be objective, man. Come on, man.
Come on. This is 31 games, man. You sound like you from Queens.
51?
Huh?
We got 51 more games left?
Bro, it's a sub. You see how Cully sound like this coming to America, bro? Come on, man.
Yo, stop.
Come on, bro.
I mean, Jules still had his double-double, though. He still had his 21 points, 11 boards, though. You know what I'm saying?
Jules
and Jules is our leading rebounder. You know what I'm saying, from the team. Like, what more do you want from this guy?
He had them little empty stats against a bad team. I'll give him that.
Rebounding is not an empty stat, bro. Scoring can be empty, but rebounding is hustle, bro. You got to hustle.
It's effort.
Yeah. Come on, Cully. Stop being a hater.
21 points. How many rebounds?
That's why he brings the ball up, because he gets 11. Those boards. You know what I'm saying? He just brings it up on his own. Like,
so yeah, 6 turnovers, 21 points. How many rebounds?
Yeah, we're gonna have to move Cully to the Bronx, bro.
Stop.
We're gonna have to move Cully to the Bronx, man. I swear.
Move him to Brooklyn. We're gonna have to move him to Brooklyn.
You want me to move to where you want me to move to where Kimber from? Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move. We're gonna have to move Cully to East New York or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to East New York, man. That's what we got to move.
Like I said, Randall he's so deadly when he's by the rim. Like I'm not like me and my mom was watching the game. My mom's a diehard Knicks fan too. I was watching the game. Every time Randall shot from close, I kept saying, good. He was making it. Outside is just not his game. Like that was last year. Like his game, of course, he has variety to his game. He can shoot from out there. Okay, cool. But he's best off from closer to the rim. Like
what I'm saying, though, you get him a stretch 5 and let Randall operate in the paint. You know what I'm saying? And
you know what it is, though? You know
we're talking about a whole different element right there.
Nah, but so right. Not to cut you off. Even with a 5 that can't shoot, Randall. The thing is with Randall could beat his man, but he can't. As far as from at the 3-point line, what he needs to do, he has to catch the ball at that elbow, at that free throw line, then beat his man. Randall has to be that playmaker that catches the ball, attacks his man quick, and as soon as like a Mitch or Noel's man helps out, he just catches them with a little quick pass. He can't. He's not a guy that could bring the ball up and then scan the whole court left to right, and then he's just not that guy.
That's what I'm saying, though. If he's doing that right now in the paint, when you got a Noel's and a Mitch clogging it up, imagine what he could do.
That's what I was about to say.
Right, he can't scan no court. He could be that. He can still get his stats. That's the funny thing. He can still get the same stats, but he has to be utilized differently. He can't be no shot clock make a play guy. He has to. A point guard has to set him up, and either he gonna score or he gonna make a play. But he can't bring the ball up and then make a play. That's what Melo was forced to do when he was here. He was bringing the ball up. He had no.
Melo was a small forward though, bro.
We have to make Randall give the ball to Randall. Let him blow by his man, which is probably gonna be a 5. If it's a small guy, he can back him down. He can make his move on him, or it's gonna be somebody his size that's not as mobile as him. blow by him. As soon as Mitchell or Noel's man comes to help, give him like the quick little dish off, the little hit, the little quick little feed, and they right to the basket. Boom, easy 2 points, easy. He can still get his assist. I can't.
Randall kicked out the double team tonight to who? To Taj Gibson in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, Taj, what if we had a stretch five? Is what I'm saying. Though.
What if we?
No,
bro, what if that was Cat? What if
Randall
kicked out to Cat for 3?
Money.
Kelly hating, bro. The hate is real, bro. The hate is real.
But he's not the only one though. He's not the only one out there though. Like there's a lot of people who don't like Randall. You know what I'm saying? But we just don't have the right pieces around him. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? I like Randall, but he's not being used right either, and I blame the coach. He's just not being used right, yo.
No, you gotta blame the front office. You gotta blame the front office for not getting. No, I
blame them too. But I look at this team. Yo, we can coach this team, bro. We can get offense. They're not good defenders. We can get the best offense from them, and that's it. Look at the NBA. The NBA don't have good defenders either. There's a lot of guys that are trash defenders. We could be smoking teams if we just did things the right way. I promise you. I promise you, yo. I can get so much offense out of this team. I swear if I was, but I mean, I'm not in the NBA, but I swear I can get so much. We don't have no.
Now you saying Tibbs is trash?
Huh?
Now you saying Tibbs trash?
He's not. He's limited offensively, and the NBA is a modern. It's an offense, yo.
Nah, bro. Hey, man. I gotta run, man. I gotta get back out here.
You asking to make a 5-course meal out of peanut butter and sardines?
No, I get that. He don't have his horses. I get that. Like he wants his horses, which is defensive guys, because I know what he was running in Chicago. I looked up videos. I remember when the Knicks played the Bulls in 2013, when the Knicks when the Knicks went on their 54 game win, they had the 54 win season. The Bulls were in a defense where they had it's kind of, it might have been more of a 3-2-1 instead of a 2-3. It might have been like they had Kirk Heinrich running the point, they had him guarding the backcourt, they had Luol Deng helping them, and they had Noah in the back. And that defense worked for them, but they don't have those type of guys. They don't have a 6'8", 6'9" Luol Deng. They don't have a Kirk Heinrich. They don't have that.
Who fault is that? Is that Tibbs' fault?
Huh?
Is that Tibbs' fault?
No, it's not Tibbs' fault. But as a coach, you have to. As a coach, you can't make guys. As a coach, you can't make guys that are not good at defense play defense. The best they can do is help defense, but you don't have that same team. Kirk Heinrich's not in the league no more. Luol Deng's not here. Joakim Noah's
Bogans ain't in the league. Joakim Noah, you still paying him, but he ain't in the league.
This is our last year paying him. How much you want to bet Tibbs called him and said, Joakim, could you play here? And Joakim said no. How much you want to bet? I'm sure he called him and said, Joakim, please please help my Knicks out, please.
Once you get stretched, you can't play for the same team.
Oh, he got stretched. Okay.
Yeah. Once they use the stretch provision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's too lit for New York. He's too lit for New York.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Too lit. New York ain't lit enough for me.
Huh? What'd you say, Freezy?
Noah was like, New York ain't lit enough for him. He crazy.
Yeah, and whatever. No, but you know it's funny. See, speaking of that, if we had Tibbs in 2016, that season when we had Derrick Rose the first time, and Courtney Lee and the Kuzminskis and certain guys, Ron Baker, if we had Porzingis then, it would have been good to have Tibbs then, so we could have saw the Tibbs experience then. Like, you have better defenders on the
we still can though. We can still have that experience with Tibbs. We just got to bring in the right players. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you had more defensive players. You had a big man that could defend. Joakim Noah knows what Tibbs likes. He's a barker, like he's a dog. Like,
he's an offensive liability though. You know what I'm saying? Huh? He's an offensive liability though.
He was an offensive liability for Chicago, but he got the job done. He was almost MVP.
Yeah, he's worse now though. I mean,
he still had some gas in the tank in 2016 opposed to 2022, like 2021. That's what I'm saying. He would have been, if you wasn't gonna get Tibbs then, why get him now? Because we have better offense. We don't have no.
We needed a culture. We needed a culture. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Look, Look at how the Rooks look. You know what I'm saying? Look how the Rooks look with Grimes and McBride. You know what I'm saying? And Jericho Sims. Those are the guys that he wanted. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of see how the direction that we're going. We just need to weed out Kemba and Fournier and bring in more defensive minded guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring in that defensive wing, that athletic wing. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you on that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any athletic.
I remember because look, my thing with Tibbs, I give him the benefit of the doubt. Like he's a good coach at times, but he's just not it right now. Like I looked up videos of him when he was in Minnesota, and I was looking at what happened with him in Minnesota, why him and the Jimmy Butler situation and all that. And I was looking at it, and I wanted to hear him. Like I wanted to hear him talk, and he knew what he was talking about. He made a lot of sense. Like he's been around the league for a long time, and he was like, because remember in Minnesota he was GM and coach, so he was just like, yeah. He was like, yeah, you get your draft assets, you get your picks, you get this, you make these trades, you do this, and I'm like, oh, he know what he's talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? But it just didn't work. His only flaw is running guys into the ground. Yeah, he doesn't know, like he just doesn't know. This league is like these guys are athletic, like you know what I'm saying. Like guys get old, man. They're not God. These guys are not godlike. Like these guys get old. They have the same IQ. Like they have good IQ. They get older. They get wiser, but the athleticism goes. Like they can only go but so much. Like he doesn't. But like I said though, I respect what he was talking about, but he might not be it. He's only it for like a certain amount of time for this team, and and he don't have his horses. Like we didn't make moves for guys that he might have liked. Like he liked Norman Powell. I remember. Like I remember hearing a rumor he liked Norman Powell, and that's the guy I wanted them to get to. I wanted them to get Gary Trent and Norman Powell. I didn't care.
I wanted Gary Trent too. You know what I'm saying? Watching him in Portland out here, I'm saying him and Van Fleet. They're number 1 and 2 as far as deflections. You know what I'm saying? And I watch Gary Trent. He's a hustler. You know what I'm saying? He gets all in your chest. He's a bit of a streaky shooter though, but I mean, for everything else that he gives you, I was willing to take that.
You know what? Him and Norman Powell, they play bigger than their size. That's why I like him. I remember seeing Norman Powell. I mean, I remember seeing Gary Trent. I'm not saying he did the biggest job ever, but I remember seeing him last year in the bubble when he had to defend LeBron. He did a good job. LeBron was off when the Blazers played the Lakers in Game 1. I wanted to see the Blazers take that series too. But I remember him seeing a good job, and I'm like, who is this guy guarding LeBron? And I'm like, oh, this is Gary Trent. And Gary Trent's like 6'3", 6'4". And I'm like, damn, he did a good job. He looked bigger than he looked bigger than his size on the court. Like he just played bigger. Like he's actually guarding the wing. And I'm like, wow, he's sitting there on LeBron like it ain't nothing. Like he's not like scared. He's not like looking for help. He's sitting there guarding that man. I'm like, wow. Like they didn't really have. I mean, they had Covington who probably could have went out on him. And they might have had one more wing guy. I mean, Melo could have went out on him. Melo went out on him. Melo's not afraid of LeBron, but like these guys, I wanted specifically them to. And I remember hearing Tibbs said he liked Norman Powell. He would have loved Gary Trent. He probably would have played them guys 40 minutes if he had him. But these are guys that he liked. And Norman Powell was cheaper than Fournier. He was way cheaper. You could have got him and Gary Trent for Fournier's price, for not even half of Fournier's price. You could have paid them both maybe 18. 18 is 36. Fournier is getting he's getting I think 17 or 18. You could have paid both of them 18 for that, and you could have still could have got Kimba. So I mean, hey, and you could have got an Oubre, could have got a few of them. You had enough money. You did all that to clear up cap, and then look what we got. And I like Kimba. And the funny thing is, I like Kimba and I like Fournier. They're just not being used right, and that's the problem. They're not being used right.
Let them get used right on a different team then. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, yo.
That's what I'm saying. Bring in the guys that we need. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We should have got Oubre. We could have got Oubre. We could have got a few guys. We had the money. We had about 70, 80 million in money. At least 80 million. We spent almost half the bag. We spent at least 80% of the bag on Fournier. At least. And then Kimba, and then the other half on re-signing guys.
Yeah. Overpaying guys that we re-signed.
Overpaying guys. We had Noel, we had Burks. How did Burks look tonight? I see him like this every night. I don't see him have a good game often. I mean,
He was doing a lot of penetration and kickouts. You know what I'm saying? Is what he was doing. He ended up with he ended up with 8 points, but 6 assists and 7 boards though. So like I said, he was doing a lot of penetration kickouts and grabbing boards and outletting. But yeah, his shot wasn't falling. They were finding him too on threes, and they were just nobody was knocking down the trays tonight. You know what I'm saying? We were 11 for 33, so we were at 33.3% at threes. But yeah, everybody else did pretty good though. Everybody else, Randall, Fournier, and Walker had 21, 22 points. And Mitch,
100 mil? Oh shoot, forget that. Yeah, forget him. So he wanted 20 mil for what? For 4 years, 5 years? Forget that. Oh, I got to put my charger in. Hold on. My laptop died on me. Hold up.
Now I would have took Oubre too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, we could have got a few. Thing is, this team is.
He fits the timeline.
Huh?
He fits the timeline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're not that. Exactly, he does. We're not that good to bring guys back and just not bring back more guys. We could have brought we could have signed at least 4 guys, 3 or 4 guys. Like we signed Kemba and Fournier, and like I said, I like them. It's just not enough. If we're not going to use them the right way, it just looks so bad. Like everybody keeps bringing up the Bulls, right? Bulls are second in the East right now. Everybody keeps bringing them up because they're being used a different way. They're being used for their offense, not defense. They're being used for offense. Like, Lonzo is a good defender already, but he's not being used to be a main point guard. I think everybody wanted him here as a main point guard. He's not it as a main point guard. He's it. He's good as a backup, like a good defender, like a back. I mean, my opinion as a backup, I don't think he could be a main point guard. I think New York, it might be too tough for him as far as a main point guard. He needs to be a backup, yo. He would still be solid here. I'm sure he would take the challenge of being in New York, but he can't be here. They'll run his behind out of here so fast it wouldn't even be funny. They'll run him right out of here, out of New York.
Who's that?
Lonzo.
Oh, Lonzo. Nah, he's a good defensive player, you know what I'm saying? And you saw how he was holding his own in the post against Jules, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't let him back him down. He would poke the ball out. He was, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as defense, Tibbs would have loved him, but offense, he brings, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't break down the defense as far as the offensive point guard, and that's what Tibbs likes. He likes his point guards to break down the defense, even if they don't finish at the rim like a EP couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd get there and then miss the floater or the layup or whatever it was, and he definitely didn't have a jump shot. So if we could just get a defensive 6'4" defensive point guard who could just be a competent offensive player, just be a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I would do the DeJounte Murray trade. You know what I'm saying? I would do the De'Aaron Fox trade. You know what I'm saying? Those are 2 young point guards that will be with us for the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm cool with them. I mean, I don't know. I'm cool with them. I just like what we have now, but I'm cool with them.
But what we have now isn't working. You know what I'm saying? What we have now.
But see, the thing is, if you're gonna run through Randall, you think De'Aaron Fox is a good shooter from out there?
No, but he can get to the paint. He can hit you. He can hit the little midi, though. You know what I'm saying?
Kimba gets into the paint and hits the midi.
What's that?
So Kimba gets into the paint and does the same thing.
He can't defend, though.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox can't defend either. I mean, if you want to defend DeJounte Murray, okay, we'll just say DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, we'll just agree on that one.
Yeah. Him, John Wall. John Wall may be injured, but I'm sure he'll.
See, I would do that just to clean the books. You know what I'm saying? If you give a Fournier who makes an 18 milli, you give a Kemba who makes another 8. You know what I'm saying? Then you throw in a Knox who makes another 5, or Noel's or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That'll add up that money, and then there's that 6'4" point guard. And if it doesn't work, his, you know what I'm saying, that allows the other guys to play. Now you just opened up 3 roster spots. You know what I'm saying? To bring in to let these younger guys play, these younger McBrides and Grimes, you know, and have a shorter leash on them. And I'm pretty sure Randall's not going to take the ball out of John Wall's hands. I mean,
You can't. John Wall ain't gonna let him.
exactly.
John Wall gonna have that man setting some screens.
Yeah.
But he's a good defender, but I mean, he's probably a shell of himself too. But it's all right. Like the thing is, with as far as point guards in this league, the point guard situation, we have to draft one. If we're not gonna get one that's young, like a De'Aaron Fox, like a middle age. De'Aaron Fox is probably 23, 22, 24. He's around that age. If we're not gonna get that, then we have to draft one. And I think we have McBride. Like, let McBride try. You know what I'm saying? He's a good defender. McBride he'll probably give a De'Aaron Fox a hard time getting to the cup. He'll probably give him a hard time. So I'd rather a point guard that could defend right now at this point. I'm tired of point guards giving us problems in the backcourt, and then causing havoc. But at the same time,
I just don't know, not to cut you off, I just don't know if McBride is that point guard who could break down the defense, though, because he doesn't have a very fast first step. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't have that athleticism to play above the rim. So that's my only issue with McBride. You know what I'm saying? He can hit the jumper. You know what I'm saying? No problem. You know what I'm saying? He hit the midi, no problem. But as far as breaking down the defense, I mean, maybe if you get him with the pick and roll like Kevin and Mitch were doing tonight, you know what I'm saying? I can see that. You know what I'm saying? You set a pick and let him get that first step and head start, and then you catch him. But as far as like setting out everybody else up or going ISO and going one-on-one and putting somebody on skates, yeah, that's not good. He's not that guy. You know what I'm saying? But so I don't know if he's that franchise type point guard that you want, starting point guard that you want.
I mean, the Deuce. I mean, I'm going off the Rockets game. I mean, he looked good then. I mean, it's the Rockets, but he looked good attacking then. He looked a little from my observation of him. He looks good coming around the screen. He protects the ball well. He's disciplined. He got that midi. He had a midi in college. I'm not saying he's gonna have one in the NBA, but I think he will once he learns. He has a good midi coming around screens, good stop and pop. He could post up. I don't know. McDeuce got a good game. We haven't got to see it yet because of our geriatric coach. And when we finally get to see Deuce get more time, we'll see like the full Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride got a lot more game than you think. He has a good first step. Once he gets into the paint, and he's not he can play make. He's not an elite playmaker. I'm not going to say that he can be, but he does make that pass. He's not selfish. So I don't know. We got to see more of him, man. I mean, I don't know. See, the thing with the Knicks, low key, I feel like things got to get worse before they get better. So I think things are going to start getting better. We look better when the game is ran more from a point guard, ran through a point guard, and I think we'll figure it out. I mean, at least I hope so. But like I said, I had this feeling from the beginning of the season. When we started doing bad for November, I'm like, okay, it's got to get worse before it gets better. Things got to change. Kimber wasn't the issue. But, I mean, Tibbs got to figure it out. He has to. He has to figure it out. The game is ran better from a point guard, yo. Unless, I mean, you look around the NBA. I'm going to kick it back to you, Sub, in a minute. You look around the NBA. You look at the forwards. You look at the wings that bring the ball up, right? Half of them got rings. Not saying that we have to have a ring. I'm not saying we have to have rings. I'm just saying the forwards that bring the ball up are all elite. All of them are elite. They're most of them are first. They're the main playmakers on their team. LeBron, Giannis, Luka, Paul George. I've seen Kawhi do it. I said LeBron. My fault.
Yeah.
I know there's more. Who else am I missing?
But they had Zion bringing the ball up too, though. You know what I'm saying?
He's the main guy on their team. That's why their team is trash. Let me see. I know there's more, man. Why am I forgetting? There's more wings that bring the ball up. Is that all of them that I said? KD. I'm sorry. KD's another one. That's another one. KD, I seen bring the ball up. These are guys that have rings, or if they don't have rings, they're elite players. Paul George don't have one. Luka don't have one. These are elite scorers. Randall's just not that. And I love Randall, yo. I have no problem with Randall. He's not it yet. He's not it yet. Like I said, he's better off as a secondary playmaker. He's a guy that you pass it to, attacks his man, then he makes that pass. He's not a guy that brings it up, scans the court, and then makes a move and then makes a play. He has to make that secondary, that quick second pass. He's not that primary playmaker. He has to attack his man at the right time, right away. Draymond Green, yes, Sherwin M. Draymond Green's another one with multiple rings, 3 rings. Draymond Green, that's one of my favorite forwards in the NBA right now, bringing the ball up. I've seen Scottie Pippen do it, a guy that had multiple rings. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are guys that have rings that they just have so much IQ. They've been in the NBA for years.
That's what I was going to get at. Is like you're mentioning all these players that have high IQ. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Scottie Pippen had I wanted to see him win on the Blazers. The Blazers, that old team was my favorite team too. Damon Stoudemire, Steve Smith, Scottie Pippen. I wanted to see them win. Whatever they didn't win, Steve Smith was a shooting guard, but I'm thinking of forwards that bring the ball up. But I could talk about that all day. But Julius Randle's just not that guy. I mean, there's times where I see him bring the ball up, and he should be pushing it. I'd rather see him if he's not. I'd rather just see him attack the basket on a rebound instead of bringing it up. I'd rather see him just attack and try to score instead of bringing it up and trying to make a play. Because it's like you slowing it up at that point. Try to attack the basket, try to get a foul instead of just bringing it up all chill, like all cool, like, oh, I'm Julius, I'm a cool dude bringing it. Like, no, attack the basket. You're big. You can muscle a guy right underneath that basket. He could finish with contact very well. I've seen that tonight. There was a play where Noel was falling out of bounds, and he saw Julius at the last second, gave him the ball. Julius got he didn't get the foul. He didn't get the and one like he should have. He scored right over, I think it was Stewart. I think it was Stewart. He scored right on him easily, and I'm like, yo, I called it too because I'm like, yo, Julius is a good finisher. He's a good finisher, and he's good, and he's a good inside-out scorer. As far as outside, he can dribble from out there. He can play from out there, but you don't want him to. You'd rather him be deadly, score close to that basket. You want him by that basket. You know what I mean? He's a strong guy. A lot of his touch is from around that basket, and that's where you want him to get his bread and butter. You know what I mean? You don't want him outside. It's too predictable once he's out there. It's too predictable. It's too easy to game plan. You want that man close. Let the guards do all that. You know what I mean? That's the only way we're gonna win. We don't have lockdown, but we'll figure that out. Like I said, I feel like it's coming. I feel like it's clicking. These were bad teams. Hawks is kind of depleted. We can get that win. We have to get that win on Christmas. That's the next game. Next game is the Wizards. I'm sorry. But let me talk about the next game first. The Wizards, we probably can. That's going to be a good one. I think they're fully healthy. They're just not doing well. But we can snatch that win.
That's the real test. That's the real test right there. Salute to Jay Boogie. He's in the chat right now. So
I see him. Let me shout out to my guy Jay Boogie. He killed that track. Y'all get a chance when y'all bump that Christmas back. Bump that when y'all get a chance.
Let them know, Cully. Let them know.
Bump that. We got another track coming soon. Me and my man right here. Oh man, sorry. I'll keep that on the low too. We got another track coming soon, the after party.
Yeah, we got a little something brewing though, but so when it comes out, y'all know. When it comes out, y'all know about it.
Y'all gonna know. Yeah. Y'all gonna know. That's about all I'm saying. Wizards are in 7th. Okay. Them and Hornets. I know Wizards got the same record as the Sixers. Sixers got their ish together too. They're both 16 and 15. So NBA is all about timing. It's all about situations. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, no, I was just listening. But that's just Jules though. You know what I'm saying? We don't have. He's expected to be that leader. That's why he's bringing the ball up. So that's why he's doing too much. We need to bring somebody to take that pressure off him. Someone to be a vocal leader because there's not really a vocal leader on the court. Even when we're at full strength. You know what I'm saying? The only person that's a vocal leader is Taj. You know what I'm saying? He's very limited in minutes when he does play. You know what I'm saying? He's our third option as far as backup center. So we don't have that vocal leader. Rose isn't one. He's more of a watch what I do. You know what I'm saying, and learn from that. So that's another thing that we need to do is bring in a veteran player that's going to be that vocal leader. And like we mentioned earlier, John Wall could be that guy to get the ball out of Jules' hands and hold him accountable. My boys in the Matrix. Oh, he's back.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, froze for a minute. Okay. All right, what was you saying? You were saying something, my fault.
I was just talking about we need a vocal leader, a veteran. You know what I'm saying? If we can make a trade for that to hold guys accountable, because it seems like we're losing each other in the locker room right now. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had any issues. You know what I'm saying? All season, and now it's like now we're pointing the fingers now on who the issue is. Is it Tibbs? Is it Kemba? Is it Randall? Is it right now like everything's spiraling out of control, and from the beginning of the season, we didn't have any of those issues. We didn't have any of those dramas. We didn't have any leaks. We didn't have nothing, and now we have so many leaks and so much drama that what I'm saying we're the roof is collapsing on us right now. We got to kind of figure out what we're gonna do about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yo, right. Yeah, I figured like it's got to get worse before it gets better. Said Sherwin M said Tibbs is the vocal leader. Well, he ain't doing a good job at all.
Yeah, but that's different though. That's like me yelling at my kids and then telling them to do something, and then I'm saying, and then them telling each other like, oh yeah, you need to pick up the slack. They're gonna listen to each other more. You know what I'm saying? Than me like, oh, that's just old man Pops right there. He don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then they hear from their brothers, and they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like I just told you, I've been telling you guys this all day long, and now you got to hear it from your brother. You know what I'm saying? For it to make sense. So that's all I'm saying. Though. You need that buffer. You know what I'm saying that those guys in between. And like I said, Taj is that guy, but he's not on the floor all the time to kind of rally all the troops. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying we need that. That's why they said that floor general. That's why they say you need that floor general to kind of, what I'm saying, set everybody up.
Right, and I noticed something. Like you said, you know what? You want to know what's right about what you said? I thought of something too. I've been meaning to say this too on here. Tibbs never played ball, right? Tibbs never played on a team as far as I'm concerned. When we played the Hawks, right, Nate McMillan's the coach. Nate McMillan was actually on the court. You know what I mean? He was actually on the court with the Gary Payton, Sean Kemp led Sonics. And that's the thing. When you on the court, being on the court is different from hearing it from the bench when you're going against certain talent. Nate McMillan went against Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? He got to go against him. He got to go against Michael Jordan. He got to go against greatness, and he was on the same team as greatness. So it's like, like you said, your kids may get on each other, pick up the slack. The coach don't hear that when players are getting on. I mean, he might hear it, but he might see it. But players may say, "Yo, get it together." They may say it in each other's ear. That's something the coach may not hear, but he may see it. You see it as a father, as a parent. Nate McMillan was on the coach. He was on the court with guys. You know what I'm saying? Yelling at each other, probably yelling at them too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they didn't win the finals, but they was there. Tibbs was on the bench when the Knicks was there, if I'm not mistaken, but he wasn't on the court. And I feel like that's what stood out more when Nate McMillan coached against us. Being on the court, Tibbs got out coached. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all I can say. He got out coached as a coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, like Tibbs was there. Like Tibbs has been around the league for so long, but so has other guys. Like I said, Nate McMillan was on the court. Yeah.
All right.
But I don't know, what's it?
All right, hey, y'all ready to wrap up?
I guess whenever you ready, OG.
Oh, okay. Let me. I want to play the quiz. Can I play the Christmas joint?
Of course. You gotta play the joint by sub too. But yes, of course.
All right, hold on. Let me find it.
You know how we wrapping up, or should we wrap up here and then you play it, or what?
Yeah, let me play the joint and then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
It's a jolly time of the year, right before the new year. Ain't no other squad better on this day than the Knicks. We back. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. The Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting. 12 noon, we back 12 in the 2/5. Biggest tree in the world filled with presents. Little kids, they checking off their wish list. Ho, 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 we celebrating this Christmas. Jingle bell, first game playing in the garden. Tell Santa we got the whole league watching. Right before we celebrate the new year. James Dolan crossing with the reindeers. Parking decks, they filled with no room garage. When it comes to the flow, this here's eggnog. Best believe your boy, yeah, I'm on my job. Celebrate your Christmas with the Knicks squad. The best place in the world, that bag stay shopping. I AD my wrist so you can keep watching. Shopping sprees all over, this is Times Square. Then it's back to the game at Madison Square. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
Back on Christmas, J Boogie predicted this. You can't say St. Nicholas without nicking it. The Knicks on Christmas should be ubiquitous. So shout out if you've been with us, sitting through the interim. Feels like we meant to win. Now that we got tips with us, potential is limitless. Gifts go down the chimney. Try to put the Grinch on me, pinch me, but I'm not dreaming. This a new reality. New York is in the top seat in seasons. Greetings, Eastern Conference. Defense, the Gardens rocking. Best fans in the game. We don't do the home away split. Catch me at the Staples, baby. I make the sleigh live. 8 gifts, pulling up in the Cambridgers. About to lace the garden with a pack of frankincense and myrrh. Can't resist the urge. Knicks set new squad. Time to burn the competition. Sitting by the U-Law.
Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
Something wrong with your TV screen. If that orange and blue ain't playing on that red and that green. Favorite players, yeah, but Knicks, they forever the team. Shout out the upstairs, trying to play chess with the team going forward. They're making sure the squad is in order. They know we hated on by all opposing reporters. It's torture. New Yorkers, we built for fourth quarters. Show up to the court or prepare for a slaughter. They wanna hate on the Knicks, tell me what that's doing. Get that stuff out of here, shout out to Pat Ewing. 12 noon jump ball, just know we enemies. We trying to bring home the gold back from the 70s. Oh yeah, we back on Christmas, oh no, can it be? Only us Knicks fans know the whole New York energy. If you ain't know what type of tension this is, Knicks Nation, we'll see y'all on Christmas.
Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. Their red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting.
That was fire right there, though. Now that's how you close out a show right there.
Oh, man. We got to play that till Christmas, man. You got to play that till Christmas.
Yeah, we ready. We ready. Yeah, so I'd like to thank everybody who joined us tonight. And don't forget to hit that like button for your boys, and we'll see y'all Thursday. We out.
See y'all Thursday, man. Next game Thursday.